Damn, he quit. He quit. Don't try to act like you can't blink. All right, so listen, Brian Norman Jr. has returned, and I gotta be honest, I'm impressed. You know, he did what he was supposed to do for his first title defense after winning the title back in, when did he win this belt? Because I know he's been injured. Giovanni Santillan back in May of last year, so he's been on a 10-month layoff. He had an injury. Now, I considered him, and still, I'm going to be very honest, but then again, you got Mario Barrios. It's still a question mark around him on if he's, I hate to use the term weakest, of the 147-pound champions. You have Boots Ennis taking on the Monostanionis to unify the IBF and WBA titles on April the 12th in Atlantic City. I've been to Boots' last couple of fights. Monostanionis is no joke. Don't be surprised if he wins, especially given Boots Ennis' last fight against Karanchuk in Philly. By the way, Derek Shivas, how you pronounce his name? Got stopped here. Well, actually, he quit. He turned his back. He really didn't want to be in there. You can tell. Damn. Brian Norman Jr. doesn't have a mandatory right now, but don't be surprised if he gets ordered one soon. But in this day and age of boxing, with the way things are going, you got to get a fight that really moves the needle. Mario Barrios, remember, he fought on Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, and he got touched up by Abel Ramos. That was a draw, in fact. He went life and death, barely won. So it's going to be interesting to see what he's going to do. As you can see, Devin Haney's now ranked at 147 pounds. He's going to be fighting Jose Ramirez. And what weight is that going to be at? Oh, yeah, that's going to be at 147 too. So both Haney and Jose Ramirez are fighting at 147 on May the 2nd in New York. That's going to be on the same card that features Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, Teofimo Lopez, Arnold Barboza. So as you can see, the other champions, let's listen into the particulars. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. We'll talk after the post-fight interview. Let's see if he calls out anybody.
Stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout and still the undefeated WBO welterweight champion of the world, the assassin.
Knocked him out of round 3 or stopped him.
Norman Jr. He had to wait 10 months to make his first.
Is that a hairpiece Thomas Taylor got on? That looks like a piece.
He makes it.
That's a hair system. You can't fool me.
Third-round stoppage against the dangerous.
You can't fool me. That's a hair system. That's a piece.
Congrats, champ. How did it feel to get back in that ring?
Taylor's the referee.
I feel wonderful because I had a little ring rust to starting off, but you see, I shook that real quick.
Looked like he caught you with a hook to the body. Did he feel it?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Let's see that hook to the body.
Adjusted. Describe that to me.
No, just
that's the knockout.
Get back into it. Like I said, I've been out for 10 months, so it's just getting back in the field, being in front of everybody. But as you see, it wasn't a struggle at all. Great opponent, never been stopped. Only got one defeat, and you see what I did with him.
He's never been down.
Oh, I ain't even know that. Never been down, never been stopped. Look what I did to him.
10 months, I know it's been a hard road with your hands. Do you feel like a champ tonight? Could you carry yourself like one?
Oh, best believe that. You best believe that. Not just a champ, a future legend in the game. You know what I'm saying? It's the Brian Norman show now. So now y'all better come out and see me.
How your hands feel?
Word.
Oh, my hands are on the money, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, everything was perfect coming into this fight. My time is now.
He's the son of a fighter like you. He's a proud guy. He's a rugged guy. And as I said, never been down. Are you at all surprised that you took care of him so quick?
Not at all. No matter what, he ain't never fought me. He never fought B-Norm or Storm. You feel me? So I don't care who you done fought in the past, who you done been in the ring with in the past. If you ain't never fought B-Norm the Junior, the assassin, but you ain't never fought nobody.
You're a young champ in an old division. What do you want? What do you want next?
What I want next is one of these belts. You know what I'm saying? You see they out here try to make unification, undisputed fights. What my little piece at?
Listen, there was a lot of talk about you fighting Jaron Ennis and Stanionis is going in. There was talk about you fighting Stanionis. What do you want either of those guys to take from tonight?
That I'm right here. Sure, after y'all fight, I'm right here. I'm still in the welterweight division. You know what I'm saying? I got to build as well. You see it on my shoulder. You see what I just did with dude last night. I could do y'all the same exact way.
Thanks a lot, champ. Bernie, back to you.
You know,
a lot of swagger for a just turned 24-year-old, Tim.
I love it. I mean,
in a perfect world, we would see him, because they're on the same timeline. You know, Boots and Stanionis fights in a couple of weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today they fight. So in Atlantic City, and I'm going to be covering that fight. So in a perfect world, we would see Brian Norman fight the winner of them. Because no matter how you slice it, and this is no disrespect to him, this is no disrespect to the female fighters, but if he wants to be in main event, speak of the devil. He's fighting on the undercard of Michaela Mayer as the WBO champion, former belt Terrence Crawford had, and Sandy Ryan. So if he wants to be mainstream and start really, really putting boots to ass, then his team needs to push for Mario Barrios or the winner of Boots Stanionis. The problem is, Boots, we don't know what he's doing. You know, remember that whole debacle that if he didn't fight Stanionis or a significant fight after Coventry, you know, people would have been on his ass still about ducking Virgil Ortiz at 154. And remember, I'm from Philly, but at the end of the day, we got to call it like it is. I was there ringside. Boots did not look good. You can hear the people in the Wells Fargo Center. That's the arena where the Philadelphia 76ers play, Flyers in Philadelphia, where he fought last fight. You know, they were like disappointed. People was in the crowd like, man, what's that bullshit, man? Fuck. Like, Boots need to turn that shit up. So the Brian Norman fight, junior fight for the winner of Boots Stanionis, it makes sense. You know, these guys can't bullshit around. Listen, the boxing landscape is changing. If you're not, you know, fighting fights that move the needle, you know, you're going to be on undercards. Your ratings going to be low. People ain't trying to see it no more. You know, I don't want to see Brian Norman right now versus Alexis Rocha. I mean, at the end of the day, he's a champion, but he defended his title. Now try to go after something else. Go after a unification. Now, I'm expecting for the winner of Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez to be ordered to be the mandatory for Mario Barrios. I'm expecting that, shake up the division a little bit. I remember Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero's up there, but Ryan Garcia, he's on my shit list still. Let's not forget what he said and all the shit. I don't give a fuck if he was high, drunk, or whatever. He still ain't apologized. Like, formally apologized. He dropped a hard N-bomb, too. So, you know, he got some, you know, I'm rooting for Rolly to beat him up. It's unlikely, but, you know, Rolly is forever, as Rolly would say. So listen, I'm interested to see where Brian Norman's going to go. This was a nice, you know, comeback. Like, for a title defense, to show that he's really not a fluke. Like, he had to come out here and get this guy out of here as a title defense should be. But now it's just like, come on. It's like, all right, what are we doing next? You know, they could have had the Boots fight. They could have had it. But it's like, now y'all got to make up for it. With that being said, I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. I'm interested to see. He's got my attention because I like what he did out there. I ain't gonna lie. I may seem a little critical, but I'm seeing something. They got to keep the momentum going. It's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do. And now the Boots Stanionis fight, he should pull up. You know? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360.